Hello, good morning, everybody. Good morning, good afternoon. Happy hump day to you. I am excited that today is Wednesday. It is time for midweek motivation and mind check. So I have got some juicy stuff to share with you today. So I hope your day is going well. I hope your week is going well. If you are joining me for the first time, I am Nisi Black, relational strategist, and I come to you most every Wednesday with a little bit of motivation, opportunity in the middle of the week for you to stop and see. Hi, Tina. Thanks for joining me, darling. Time for you to see how you started off this week with all of your goals, all of your plans, everything you wanted to accomplish, and how you are achieving that. Or if you have been thrown off track. Hey, Melanie, thanks for joining me, darling. So that's what midweek motivation and mind check is all about. Just a little bit of a moment for you to stop, take a pulse, check your temperature, make sure that you are still on track with everything that you set out to start at the beginning of the week. And if you're not, think about what you can do to get back on track, to get back in position with everything that you want to achieve. So how are you guys doing today? Give me a little note to let me know how things are faring well for you today. Hi, Ingrid. Thanks for joining me, darling. Let me know how everything's working out for you and what you've got on your agenda to get completed, if not today, between now and the end of the week. I definitely want to know. Make sure that you are subscribed to my lives and make sure that you are sharing so that other people can be in on it as well. So, yeah, it is a beautiful day here in Oklahoma City. The weather is lovely. We were high 70s something yesterday, and today it's a crisp like 52, but it's still, the sun is shining. God is good. Life is amazing. So I'm having a good time. So share with me what's going on in your world. I want to know. I don't see you. I want to know. Let me know what's happening. And we can chat about it. So listen, I wanted to talk to you a little bit about your intuition, a little bit about those things that happen in your gut that you sometimes ignore. Event planning. You got an event coming up, Melanie? Share and let me know about it so I can support you. I can share that with the tribe and let everybody know about it. So good for you. Stay on task with that. But listen, intuition, that gut instinct that something is not quite right. Some things are just a little bit off in your planning. Awesome. I look forward to that, Melanie. And a lot of times you might label yourself as being overly sensitive, and it's not true. A lot of times when there's something that's not quite working out the way that you want it to, or you get this little twinge in your gut, because you don't want to come off as being too sensitive or overly sensitive or not trusting people, then you tend to suppress that intuition and make a decision to do whatever it is based on, just the facts. But there are some times when you really got to honor your gut feeling, because something is not quite right, and it's not right for a reason. Your intuition, your instinct, your gut is telling you to either be cautious or to probe a little bit further or to find out really what the bottom line is going to be. So don't discredit that instinct that you have. Don't discredit that gut feeling, because a lot of times it will save you a lot of heartache, a lot of agony, a lot of frustration, especially when it's about communicating with other people or working with other people or dealing with other types of relationships where you want to still be effective in what you want to do. You have all of the facts there, but if something is not quite lining up, then your instinct can probe you to ask more questions, to get more answers, to get clear on something that might be a little bit fuzzy around those plans or those ideas. So a couple of things I wanted to share with you about intuition. And I want to share an experience that I had and see if this makes sense and if it aligns with what I'm talking about. I had a situation where I contracted with someone to do something for me. And at the first inkling that something was off, I said, oh, I think I'm being a little bit too sensitive about that. So I'll ask a little bit of a question. And the response wasn't exactly what I needed to either confirm or deny anything. So I said, okay, well, let me ask another question. And the response was still a little bit vague. So all of a sudden my intuition is full blown warning signs, full blown, something ain't right here, full blown, this is not, you shouldn't be, that kind of thing. But instead of just, and I don't want to say confronting the situation, but being assertive about what my feelings and my emotions were and what it was I was needing at that time, I said, well, I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. Lord, what did I do that for? It proved to me that my instinct was correct and that I did myself a disservice by ignoring and suppressing and trying to be liked and trying not to cause someone to feel bad about me, or not trying to come across that I did not trust their judgment or their value or their anything. And honestly, it wasn't about them. It wasn't about them. I recognized that there was a need in me that was not being fulfilled at that moment. And because of such, I allowed the behavior to continue. So my distrust of that situation and that person continued. And if I had only just stopped in that moment and was honest, not just with myself, but with that other person, and say, okay, this is what I'm feeling. This is what I'm getting. This is what I'm unclear or uncertain about. Can you either answer these questions for me this way? This is what I need from you out of this situation. These are the answers that I'm looking for. Can you either confirm or deny? Instead of me doing that, I was more concerned with being politically correct, if you will, and not creating an enemy out of the situation. That was in overdrive. So I did myself a disservice. We do ourselves a disservice trying to be liked, trying to be approved of, trying to be applauded, trying to not make waves. Yet, our intuition and our instinct are being suppressed. Our needs are not being met. And we're left feeling angry or bitter or hurt because someone else did not know what was going on inside of our brain. So not only did I do myself a disservice, I did them a disservice. And because of that, a relationship came to an end when it could have been salvaged. You don't have to throw the baby out with the bathwater. It's a matter of communicating what it is that we need, what it is that we understand, and what it is that we feel. And I know that can be a vulnerable place. I know that can be an uncomfortable place, And I don't want to say but, and it's a growing place. It's a stretching place. It is giving ourselves the validation to trust our instinct, to trust that intuition, and couple that with the logical thinking that we do. Couple that with the facts that we have laid out on the table. Couple that instinct so that it can grow to be trustworthy, so that we can rely on it, so that we're not using old experiences, old behavior, old residue to shape our thinking. Because what happens is if we're in a relationship with somebody and we never communicate what our need is, and we never share with them what is in our head and what's on our heart and what's in our mind, and then the relationship goes south, that experience is embedded with us and we take it into the next relationship. And then we start looking at people like, you're supposed to know what I'm thinking. You're supposed to, me, you're supposed to know how I feel. And I've been through this before. And I be doggone, here I am over here, and they are screwing me over here. And it's not them. It is us. Until we decide that we are going to allow ourselves to be vulnerable enough to speak honestly about what we need and what it is that we want, we can't expect anybody else to respect that and to meet that need. Just like we want to meet everybody else's needs, we want to, take care of things and make sure that the people that we come in contact with, that they are happy and that we're communicating effectively. And all of that, we got to do the same thing for ourselves. People are not mind readers. And I had to learn that people don't know what's going on in my head. It's a scary place up there. So I have to walk them through understanding how it is I feel. And when something doesn't quite go right, be courageous and strong enough and secure enough in myself to speak that. Now, how they interpret it after I went through and I don't want to say trouble, because it's not trouble. I want to salvage the relationship and strengthen communication. So I don't want to say trouble. If I go through the intent of being vulnerable and sharing with them what's on my heart and what's on my mind and what it is that I'm feeling, and then they perceive it wrong, that's not on me, right? Then I can use that to judge, okay, whether or not this person or this situation warrants my continued openness, my continued vulnerability, my continued willingness to share. And then I can make an informed decision based on that. But I have to start with me first. Accept the responsibility to be in a vulnerable place to say what it is that I want and what it is that I need. And being okay if it's not accepted. I am who I am. I am who I'm not. I understand the both, and both of those places are okay. I don't have it all together. In some things I do have it all together, and in both places I'm okay with that. I'm secure within myself to be vulnerable and not take it so personally that, how sometimes, and I can be a drama queen sometimes. I'm so past it though, but there was a point in my life when I was just such a drama person. It was always drama, drama, drama. And then it got to the point where I'm sick of this drama. I can do something about this. And how I do something about it is being open to sharing what I need, what I feel, how I see it. This is my view. And if I am mistaken, then correct me and say, that's not my intention. And I was not intending for you to get this opinion. And this is what I really mean. Then I can go, oh, okay. So my intuition prompted me to say something about it. They addressed my concern or my fear or my, lack of whatever it was. And we got the situation corrected, and we can salvage the relationship and continue to move forward. But it starts with us. When our awareness comes forth and we can see ourselves, who we really are, not who we would like to be, yeah, that's good, but who I am right now in this moment, who I am in this particular situation, and be okay with being vulnerable in a confident way, then I maintain the power I have over my emotions. I maintain the power I have over controlling my feelings. I maintain the power that I have in my perception and whether or not I'm willing to go there, because sometimes we can go there, right? Sometimes it's rightfully so, and sometimes it's not even necessary. But we got to check ourselves and communicate and trust our gut, trust our instinct. At the first inkling sign that there's something not right, speak up. Say something. Don't allow yourself to stew and marinate in it, because you do yourself a disservice by allowing continued behavior that someone doesn't know about to continue. You do yourself a disservice by continuing to eat up your guts with all this anxiety. And you know what happens? I got this thing in my head like, oh, I just can't trust people. I just can't trust situations. And when somebody else comes along and maybe I have the same misunderstanding, it's like, oh no. So I learned to check me. I learned to trust my instinct and my intuition. And at the first sign of something not being right, then I'm willing to speak up. At the risk of that relationship. At the risk of losing that relationship. At the risk of knowing that the person I'm confronting is not going to take it lightly. At the risk of knowing I'm going to make somebody unhappy. At the risk of knowing folk ain't going to be happy with me, at the risk of knowing that things might not turn out the way I hope, at the risk of knowing that I might not have friends in a certain capacity, at the risk of knowing it might cost me a gig, at the risk of knowing that that client might not work with me, at the risk of knowing all of that and being okay with it. Being okay with feeling good about having spoke up. Being okay with knowing in myself that I did the right thing. Being okay in knowing that I can sleep at night and not have to second guess myself, my decisions, my choices, my actions. Self-awareness brings that. Looking inside and seeing who you are right at that moment, and understand what your tendencies are and what your normal behaviors are, and identifying areas that you can correct and improve upon, so that you are confidently standing up for yourself and trusting your instinct, coupling that instinct with the facts and with your logical brain, and making appropriate decisions. Your gut is upset for a reason. Trust. It's a combination of your experiences, what you have learned, what you have grown through, what you have gone through, what you have been presented with, even your wins, your failures, successes, fears. All of that is a culmination of everything that you have in your instinct and your intuition. So don't discard it. Don't let people tell you you're being overly emotional. Don't let people tell you that you're being too sensitive. Trust your instinct, right? Yeah, be okay with knowing and trust it. That's what it's about. So, whoo, thank you guys for spending this day with me. In case this is your first time joining me, make sure that you subscribed to my midweek motivation and mind check lives on Facebook. I really enjoy coming with you and sharing a little bit of nugget. Some of this I talk about in my book. So my book is dropping this month and I'm over the moon excited about it. Can't wait. In the meantime, connect with me. I took some of the quotes and excerpts from the book and put them in the document of inspiration called Stamp with Inspiration that you can download a complimentary copy of. And I will be launching my book. I'll have details coming on the launch party that I'm looking forward to having February 25th in Dallas. And details on that. That's a free event, book launch and book signing. And so I'm looking forward to it. Oh, God is so good and just so amazing. And I certainly bless him and appreciate everything that he's brought me through, brought me out of, brought me over and under and around, in spite of myself. In spite of myself, you know. Whew, so I am full. My heart is full. Thank you guys for joining me. And share my lives with other people, and see what areas in your day, in your life, in your instinct that you can improve upon. And just trust you, right? Trust you. Believe in you. Because you got it together. Sometimes it's just a matter of aligning the dots. That's all it is. Nothing wrong with you. There may be a few things to tweak in your ideas and your perception, but there's nothing wrong with you. So trust you and have faith in the purpose that God has given you for your life. I'm Niecy Black. Got stuff to do. Love you guys. And I will check with you later. Have a wonderful Wednesday. Be blessed.